This video is dedicated to my homie, Lil Nino Brim. May he rest in peace. Condolences go out to his family, his kids, his girl, and his homies. And anybody else who's fortunate enough to cross paths with him. I'm going to tell a few never before told stories about my experiences I had with him. This is no disrespect. It's all love, man. May he rest in peace. Let's go. Wiggins. So about a year ago, I got a phone call, and then it was from a number I didn't recognize. But I put my number on the internet, so I wasn't really tripping, so I answered it. When I answered the phone, the person on the other end was like, this is such and such Brim. And coincidentally, I had just gotten to a shootout with a Brim at a store parking lot in Florida. Same time frame. I bumped into this Brim. Yeah, he said something derogatory. We got outside. Boom, boom, boom. We clapped it out. But then I'm getting this phone call. So I'm thinking that's one of them playing with me, like trying to, however they obtained my number. I wasn't really thinking. I'm like, what's this dude? So I was aggressive with him on the phone. And he was aggressive back. You know what I'm saying? But, some way, somehow, man, we ended up being cool. He told me he rocked with my show, man. He liked certain episodes, The Forgotten Hoods. And he told me who he was. He was Nino Brim. That was on Hit Your Rollin' from the Yard Down music group. And, I told him, I like this music. I like the pretty much all the Yard Down songs, man, when they went at it with, we'll get into that later. But, we end up being cool. We start talking on the phone once a week. Next thing you know, we start talking every other day. We got real close. Matter of fact, to be honest, he ended up becoming a real friend to me. I'm going to tell some stories with him, including his life story. So grab your popcorn. Now, we got so close, I'm going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, homie. On everything I love, on my kids. Recently, when I came to LA, I'm walking out of LAX. I started messing with this crazy bitch. I slept over her house. I was doing my little interviews and stuff. But something happened to where I end up getting stranded in somewhere close to Lancaster. So I hit Nino Brim, and then Nino Brim pull up on me. He was like, get off the train. He met me at this station somewhere. I don't know if it was Princessa or, I don't know. It looked like it looked like some kind of canyons, Arizona Grand Canyon looking place. Because I'm not really familiar with that kind of area. If you notice, when I do Forgotten Hoods or content, I stay within the LA city area. I don't really know too much about the desert, at all. But Nino Brim met me somewhere, man, and check this out. If you from the hood, Pete Gang. He pulled up on me. Now, the streets of LA is really cold. You know what I'm saying? It's really cold, man. So Nino pull up on me, and he was like, hey, bro, here's a blanket to keep you warm on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's the realest thing you could have ever done, bro. I got homies that don't even do stuff like that. I was already nice and toasty, but it's the thought that counts. That's a real dude. That's the homie right there. Good looking. He said, hey, bro, you going back to LA. It's almost summertime. It's crazy out there. Stay safe. I'll probably meet you out there later on. He said he had something to do with his family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that was real, man. I really appreciated that. A little pretty thing, too. You know what I'm saying? And I remember he either said he was planning on moving to a new place or he moved to a new location as far as housing goes. But yeah, man, he told me I was going to blow up on YouTube, and we had plans. He said he was going to pull up on me in Miami before I got deported. He was going to take his girl to Dr. Miami, get her teeth done. He used to crack little jokes like that. You feel me? And the cold part, when I was finna get on the plane, I said, hey, Nino, I can't jump on the plane with this blanket. It's too hot. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey, bro, Where you want me to meet you at, man? He's like, hey, don't worry, homie. Stash that. That's for you. You don't want it back. That's for you, homie. I'm like, nah, this a real homie, bro. Nah, this dude ain't regular. That's a real homie right there. Nah, this dude ain't regular. And that's to show you, that's a blood looking out for a Crip like that. We had a tight bond, homie. And that's on my kids. So I'll never cap, homie. Never. And watch this, though. Remember when I did the story on ODM Slim and I said one of his enemies is the one who told me that he was a rider? Well, guess what? It was Lil Nino who told me. I can't really say half of what he said, but he gave supreme props to his ops, Lil C-Bop, aka ODM Slim, which is why I have a lot of respect for Lil Nino, because he like me, he keep it real, win, lose, or draw. Let's get into his life story, man. Lil Nino Brim was what you call a turf baby, born and raised in Fruittown, Brims section in Los Angeles. His family migrated from the South to LA in the 1960s and settled in that area, living on, streets like 36th Street, 41st Street, and also the University Garden projects, which is notorious for being the Fruittown Brim stronghold. Before the Fruittown Brims existed, there was the Gladiator, which his uncles and family was a part of. And young Nino Brim would grow up to push the Gladiators in his rap music, paying homage to his family roots. The Brims predates a lot of gangs in LA, probably even the Crips. One of the Brim sets I'm gonna touch on is the Dalton Gangsta Brims. That area is really heck. The enemies are in such close proximity, it calls for a lot of melee, and Lil Nino was alive to witness it. He was born on Dalton Avenue, and he would always give history lessons to him, like when we did our interview. Now, growing up as a Fruittown Brim, it wasn't easy for Lil Nino. He went to war with some of the most vicious powerhouse neighborhood and rolling Crip sets like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so on and so forth. We talked off air about constant drive-bys and shootouts during his lifetime. Lil Nino Brim went on to attend Henry Clay Middle School, which is located in Crip turf. There, he would rub shoulders and have encounters with Crips like the 111 neighborhood Crips, the Undergrounds, the Blocks, or Rolling Hundreds, the Raymonds, the 107, and the 11 Deuce Hoovers. But like a soldier, he made it through. He even ended up making friends with people from cliques like Bank Stars, who end up turning Rolling Hundreds later, and even other Crip hoods like Shotgun. Now, Nino Brim, dibbling-dabbling in the streets, got older and caught a few cases and had to really stay 10 toes down in that LA County jail. And like I mentioned before, he was faced with many obstacles, but he endured it all and grew to be a rider from his turf. As he grew older, he began to spark an interest in music. He was a part of Yard Down Music, a record label that mainly consisted of Brim members. And they had successful street hits like Hit Yo Brimmin', the Dr. Dre Kush remix, and another song called Deeper Than Rap. I'll be getting to it later. The Hit Yo Brimmin' being the most successful song, it generated some cash. But behind closed doors, Lil Nino did tell me that it also caused some friction, about, I guess, the money and residual royalty, industry talk. I don't know. But I'll get into that later. Being young black men from opposite hoods, the 60s and the Brims traded diss songs on one another. It kicked off with PNC, that stands for Pac-Man, Newport, and Conrad, a rap group from the rolling 60s, dissed the Brims on a song in the past, and before you know it, there was a back and forth. But I'm gonna give you some exclusive insight that you probably ain't know. Nino told me with Yard Down Music, the Brims rap group, and PNC, the Rolling 60s rap group, got into a rap beef, they spoke on the phone and turned it into a competition. One of the members of PNC emailed the beat to Lil Nino, and that's how he was able to respond with the Deeper Than Rap. And that's how the 60s did Is You Mad or No? And they went back and forth. See, Lil Nino got a lot of family members from rolling, even though he beefed with them. And that's usually the case for most gangbangers in LA. They got family from the opposite side. Like I said in the old video, Lil Nino was cool with J-Sto from 60s. They grew up with each other during the Sandbox, and their parents even know each other. And when they had the little rap beef, with the 60s and Brims, Lil Nino dissed Conrad saying, "You ain't no rider from your turf. I know real riders from 60s like J-Stone." And then Conrad responded saying, "And you Angelus, You must be lost. You know, like Los Angeles out here. That was fire. If you didn't know, that was a shot at Nino Brim because Lil Nino Brim's name is Angelus. Or at least that's what he told me. During the height of the rap beef, Lil Nino told me Jay Stoke called him like, hey, why you put my name in that song, man? They like basically family, man. They got a lot of love for each other, man. I'm gonna put our interview in the pinned comment. Make sure you go watch that. Another fun fact: he mentioned he went to school with Nipsey Hussle. They had a riot at the school where a homie from a Mexican gang, which I won't say, put his hood up on the wall and put B blank. You know, disrespectful to the Bloods. And he said Nipsey brought his crew and helped Nino Brim. And it was a big old riot. They went up against the Hispanics, and that's crazy because Nipsey is from Roller 60s. Rest in peace. And Nino Brim from Fruittown Brims. And they beef heavy, but they still looked out for him, man. Nipsey was they both some good dudes, bro. In his last days, man, me and Nino Brim, man, we had plans. We was finna do a follow-up interview and turn up on some banging on wax Arsenio Hall crazy type-ish, man. Like I said, he was gonna come see me in Miami. He was gonna start a podcast. We had a lot of different things planned, man. So rest in peace to Nino Brim, man. Much love, man. I love you, man. I miss you. Thank you for everything. And yeah, man. Nino put me on a lot of game, man. Things I didn't know. He was the one who told me about G-Nut, starting a construction firm and helping people. Shout out to G-Nut, man. Maybe I'll do something with you in the future. I love that, homie. Don't let the time pass, man. They finna get me, man. Hit me up, man. 213-436-1296. Yeah, man. But, yeah, shout out to Stretch and Deuce M's, all y'all. But he did tell me that it was a few homies, man, that did him wrong, man. That he ain't, you know, he has some problems with homies, man. That I ain't gonna put it out there. I'm gonna hold that down, cause that's something. You know, I'm only gonna tell my business. You feel me? That I have with him, man. But he already put out there. But make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Rest in peace. Much love. I'm out of here.